Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another day in my life. Yes, I did bring back the hi guys intro. It's hard to get away from it, guys. It feels very me. But anyways, today I am super excited to just show you all of the things that we've been doing here on our little homestead in the city. The chickens are growing, the baby is growing, the seedlings are growing. It's very exciting times around here. Also, when I was filming this video, I found myself feeling really appreciative for my home and being drawn to all of the little beautiful moments that happen all around it. So today's video is also kind of like an ode to my home. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it to let me know. It also helps to support my channel and I appreciate it so much. And with all of that being said, let's hop right in. Alright guys, so we're starting off this video with some really cute footage of little baby Logie. I literally just thought he looked like an angel in this cloud of his blanket and his swaddle. I often feel like I'm just living in a dream when I stare at him because he's so sweet. I've said it before, but I don't know what I was expecting, but I did not expect motherhood and my baby to just be so overwhelmingly, heartbreakingly sweet. So I made my way out to my little pantry in the garage. If you guys watch all my videos, you saw me kind of build this pantry up last year, which has turned out to be very handy. Anyways, I pulled a can of tuna out because I decided that I wanted to have some tuna. That's pretty self-explanatory, but here we go. Let's make the tuna. So I put the tuna in a bowl. Then I cut open an avocado and scooped that into the mix. Now, if you haven't figured this out, side note, by watching my videos and my recipes, I tend to just wing things and make, what I want as I go, and depending on like I said, what I'm craving, but also what I have around the house. So today that was, some avocado in the tuna. I decided to scoop in a little bit of this organic whole fat Greek yogurt that I love. I started eating this when I became interested in trying to conceive, and I just ended up eating it through my entire pregnancy as well as postpartum. I love this stuff. Then I squeezed in some lemon juice. I'm a huge fan of like an excessive amount of lemon juice in tuna. You guys know I love lemon juice all the time, but especially in tuna. The more I can put in it, honestly, the better I think it tastes. By the way, fun mom hack that is going to be highly debated upon, and I just want to throw out there that I know all the debates, but this is what I'm working with. I have been pushing Logan around the house in the stroller more frequently lately. I can't wear Logan. I thought I could, but I kind of feel a little bit dumb in retrospect dealing with all of my chronic pain. I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to do that, but here we are and I can't. So when Logan's a little bit fussy and wants to be maybe with us doing what we're doing, or maybe rock to sleep, lately I've been putting him back in his stroller. By the way, we got a new stroller. It's called the Duna. We're obsessed with it. I'll be talking about it later in the video. So as you saw, I squeezed in some fresh garlic. The garlic contrasting against the lemon is so good in my opinion. And then I decided to pour in a little bit of pickle juice. And then also I had a little bit of white sweet onion left over, so I decided to chop up or dice up some of that to add to the mix as well. I picked up these golden pepperoncinis from Aldi recently, and I've really been enjoying just throwing them in random things like omelets, sandwiches, and like I'm doing right now, into my tuna. Pepperoncinis are so good in my opinion. Then I decided to throw some everything but the bagel seasoning into the mix. Like I said, I'm just following my heart and my palate. There's no rhyme or reason, but this sounded good. I also added a little bit of pepper, as well as some pink Himalayan salt. I also remembered that I had some celery in the fridge that was going to go bad, and celery is always good in tuna, in my opinion. So I cut that up to add to the bowl as well. By the way, after taste testing it, I decided I wanted to add even more lemon. Seriously, an excessive amount of lemon tastes amazing. Then I had these sprouts that I had been growing in the window. I could have let them grow probably a couple of more days, but I was feeling really impatient and I wanted to eat it now. So I pulled out the sprouts. Sprouts are super easy to make, by the way, and they're full of nutrition. They're very nutritionally dense. I just bought my seed mix off Amazon. I will link that down below. And it usually takes about 2 to 3 days to have sprouts that are pretty much ready to eat. Then I pulled my homemade apple cider mustard vinaigrette dressing that I made, which is the same as my balsamic vinaigrette. I just use apple cider instead of balsamic. And then I chopped up, as you see, a bunch of cherry tomatoes, and then I added some pepper to the tomatoes as well as some salt before I threw them into the salad. I also chopped up some parsley that I pulled from my tower garden. And then of course I had to cut up some oranges for my lunch as well because I'm obsessed with oranges. You already know that, but yeah. So once I put my sprouts in the bowl, I sprinkled a little bit of salt, shook up my dressing, gave it a smell because it smells amazing, tossed my sprouts in the dressing, and then I scooped a bunch of the tuna mixture that I made into the salad. Random, but I had some sun-dried tomato hummus that I had frozen in my freezer and had pulled out to thaw the day before. So I decided to add a scoop of that to the mix. Then I threw in my parsley, and then I also added some hemp hearts because I'm always looking for reasons to add these to things, as well as some of these sprouted pumpkin seeds that I picked up from Costco. And that was my little superfood salad mix thingamabob. It was really good. It was weird, but legitimately really good. I also had some spinach artichoke dip that I had thawed from the freezer, as well as my vitamins and oranges. By the way, I pulled out these organic multigrain tortilla chips from Aldi to have with my spinach artichoke dip. I buy that dip, by the way, in bulk from Costco, and then I divvy it up into portions to put into the freezer to eat when I want to eat it. Side note, earlier this morning, we had picked up some donut holes from Five Daughters Donuts. They're basically vanilla cronuts. They're amazing, and so I had those after my lunch. Then I was pretty excited because a company called the Ollie Swaddle sent us over 2 swaddles for Logan to try, and I've heard really great things about these, so I was really excited to open it up. And the packaging, holy moly, how cute is this packaging? Now this is pretty cool. This is a completely different version of a swaddle than the swaddles that we have and have been using. We've been using muslin swaddles, and these are more of a stretchy, almost kind of like a thinner neoprene feel to them, and they have Velcro, so they're very secure. Like I said, they're stretchy, so the baby can actually kind of move a little more in it. So I was super excited to unbox these and throw them in the washer. When I was unboxing, by the way, Dan brought Logan up because he had been asleep, and he brought him up to change his diaper, and I just thought he looked so precious. Baby boy. By the way, I'm still planning on doing the cloth diaper Q&A, but I threw my neck out last week. You know that if you follow me on Instagram. So I've pretty much just been recovering. But soon in life, I will film that video. By the way, this was the other Ollie swaddle. So they sent us the striped one and then this light blue one. Now, our couch was getting pretty disgusting. It's cream couch, as you can see, so that happens. It actually doesn't get as disgusting as you would assume a cream couch would get. but we decided that it was definitely time to wash the couch. Now, we're going to end up having to rent at some point some like steam cleaner or something for the base, because the base cover doesn't detach, which is really, really annoying, but all the cushion covers come undone. So we basically just took them all off of the couch to throw into the washing machine while Bowser observed. Yeah, wish you could help us, Bowser. You can't though. Instead, you just sit there and just are super adorable. You and your sister. You're never going to watch this video, so I don't know why I'm talking to you, but how cute are they? Someone commented that the dogs haven't been in videos as much recently and it made them sad, and that made me sad. Random fun side note, Logan has really been enjoying this teething toy. He's finally learned how to grip something, so he really, you can tell, feels proud of himself and his ability to like hold the ring and stick it in his mouth. It's really cute. Okay, essential oils break. I decided I wanted to put some Stress Away, which is basically my favorite perfume. It smells like a beach vacation. It's got lime, copaiba, lavender, vanilla. I put that on my wrists, and then I took this blend called Deep Relief, which is one of my favorite like muscle aches and pains oils, and I rolled that on my back in the areas that were feeling tense from just like, you know, life, all of the up and down movement, deconstructing the couch, etc., etc. That is Dan breaking the bean off of the bean plant. So that is literally the seed where the plant sprouted from, but the shell of it was still stuck. So he broke that off. But yeah, this is what's going on with our seedlings. Also thought I'd take a little sneak peek at the chickens, which, side note, how many times can I say side note? I had no idea that chickens grow this fast. Like, it is crazy how fast they are growing. And the dogs are definitely fascinated by them, but especially Zoe. Zoe is next level fascinated with the chickens. I think it's because there's finally another animal around, multiple animals that are smaller than her. I feel bad for her though, because Bowser started smaller than her. Like, so all of her exposure to other animals that have been smaller, they all get bigger than her. And these chickens will in fact be bigger than Zoe very soon. It's pretty funny to watch them play. The chickens kind of like will chase Zoe sometimes, or like almost gang up on her like in a group. And so Zoe goes back and forth constantly between wanting to like charge at them and play, and then also being terrified and wanting to run away from them. But even when she runs away, she'll like cry about how she wants to be back with them. It's really weird, but it's really cute. I've mentioned this before too, but like, I'm low-key scared of my chickens. They're like little dinosaurs and they're growing so fast. I have to make sure that I spend time with them every single day, which has been a little harder with my neck being thrown out. But if I don't, they grow so much that the next time I see them, I'm scared of them, and I don't want to be scared of my own chickens. So yeah. By the way, to everyone who's asked, the chickens will start laying eggs around 4 months-ish, as far as I understand. And they're currently only like, I think 3 weeks old. So, yeah, in about 3 months, they'll be laying eggs. Also, I've been super fascinated by the chickens because even though I've wanted chickens for a while, specifically for eggs, I've not spent much time like really looking at chickens, and I've spent like 0 time around chickens. So seeing them up close like this and holding them has just been really crazy. And I'm really excited for when Logan is like aware enough and with it enough, which I guess means the same thing, for him to have fun engaging with the chickens as well. And the dogs, obviously. He's slowly starting to become more aware that the pups are even there, like that they exist. So it's really cute. It's just really cute to watch a human come to life. I know I've said that so many times, but it's true. We just wash our couch covers in our laundry machine, and we do this about every I think think we've done it every like 6 to 9 months since we've had this couch. And then we typically either air dry the covers, or like this time we were more pressed for time, so we did kind of like a tumble dry low with the covers in the dryer. So I stopped at my mini fridge to pick up a packet of this Ningxia Red. I drink it for overall health, but there are also rumors that it can help support your breast milk supply. Ningxia Red, by the way, is basically just like a goji berry puree, and goji berries are just really high in antioxidants and just great for your body. Now my plants were looking a little crispy. It's very exciting. I don't know, is that a weird word? You get what I mean. So I pulled out some ice cubes from the freezer and I made my way around the whole downstairs level to, that sounds fancier than I mean it. You get what I mean. I made my way through my downstairs and I put some ice cubes in each of my houseplants. Now I've been doing this ice cube experiment for like a year, and I have to say, in general, I really like it. I feel like it stops the plants from, obviously they don't drip water everywhere as easily because the ice cubes melt slowly, but I feel like it makes it so that my plants don't, like the leaves don't turn yellow from over watering. On this day, by the way, I decided I wanted to give all of my houseplants a haircut, which was painful because the goal, just like hair for me, is to like get them long, but they needed a haircut really bad. Also, I'm realizing I mixed up this footage. I actually have moved this lemon tree outside to our little homestead room that Dan built since this footage was shot. But I have a bunch of lemons that are popping up on my lemon tree. So you guys know I only had one lemon over the last few months that ended up dying, but these are sprouting up everywhere and they're growing fast. So if everybody could keep my lemon tree in their prayer requests, that would be great. I mean, I'm only partially kidding, just so you know, because I really do want these lemons to work. So I am seriously praying for them. So after I got all of my plants watered, I decided to take Logan out for a little walk, but this walk was going to be different. Dan was outside mowing the lawn and it was a beautiful day out. So really, I just wanted to take him on like a driveway walk. So we made our way out. By the way, Dan picked up this potting mix when he went to Home Depot on this day because we needed to transplant some of our seedlings into bigger containers. So so I just hung out with Logan outside in the sun. I feel like this is a weird, very official shot of me like in front of the garage, but I laid his little swaddle over the front because where I wanted to walk was super sunny, and we literally just walked to the end of our driveway to check our mail. After we checked our mail, I wanted to just do like some back and forth laps in the driveway. So that is what we did. By the way, the Doona, guys, let me tell you what the Doona is. And I'll talk about this more probably in future videos, but basically to my knowledge, the Doona is the only product like this in the world. It is a convertible car seat and stroller in one. Like the whole thing is just one piece. And that was really exciting to me when I found out about this because, as you guys know, I deal with a lot of chronic pain, and I've been really worried going into motherhood, like how am I ever going to take my baby out and about on the town? Because I can't manage like the car seat and the stroller. It's just a lot. And so when I found this, I was so excited, and getting it is not a disappointment. It is so lightweight, so easy to use, and I feel so much more relief when the quarantine lifts and I go back out into the real world. I feel like I can confidently bring my son with me, and like I'm not going to be stranded places. And like I'm also lowering the likelihood of like throwing out my back or something. So after we took our little walk, we just hung out. I couldn't believe how perfect he looked, especially against these green plants and just with like the diffused sun on his little angelic face. I just, people, I can't. Also, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I didn't choose the mom glam life, guys. The mom glam life chose me. Ha ha ha. That's Dan telling me that my jokes are so funny. Actually, Dan doesn't laugh at my jokes enough, but I know the jokes I make are funny. Right? Right. Just nod your head, guys, and go, yeah, sure, Nikki. So this is gross and exciting. Dan decided to bring the chickens back out because they're living in this little container for now. They're going to be out in a coop soon because the weather will permit that. We just have to get one and set it up. But Dan is kind of like training them for what they're going to start doing once they move outside, which is eating bugs. So as he's been working on the garden, he's obviously finding a bunch of different bugs. And so he sets some of them aside for the chickens and basically hand feeds them. So circle of life, kind of gross, but you know, kind of cool too. Then I took a seat, and while I was pumping, I decided to water all of our little seedlings that had been transferred or were about to be transferred. We're probably going to be putting most of these plants into the ground this week once my neck is fully healed. But we've just been, you know, taking care of them while they're here on the inside. And also, speaking of transplanting, on this day, we had a few more that needed to be moved from their little cells. So if you watched all my previous day in my life, especially recently, you saw how we were growing our seedlings, and they were in this little like cell container thing, but they can only live in there for so long. So on this day, it was kind of at the point where like they needed to get out. I felt like they were dying if they were going to stay in there any longer. So I pretty much just popped out all of the cubes with their dirt and their roots, and I put them in these little red Solo cups with some of that gardening soil that Dan picked up, and then watered it. And don't worry, guys, I had the best garden partner ever. Hey, cutie. I thought I'd show you an up-close shot of what has gone on in these little cells with the roots. I think we should have transplanted these earlier, I'm not gonna lie, and I really hope we didn't ruin our plants. In our previous years of gardening, we always bought seedlings, like already grown, but this year, even though we know we stand the risk of failing hardcore, we decided we wanted to grow completely from seed, which feels like advanced farming 101. And we were a little nervous to do it, but we're also excited to see what actually like survives and thrives. By the way, while I was doing this, Dan was actively looking at chicken coops some more. By the way, we ended up going on a second walk on this day, except for the second walk, I threw on this little kimono that I had and did a little dance for you. And I grabbed my sun hat and my sunglasses, and Dan had gone upstairs to change Logan's diaper and put him in this little outfit. And I told him to stop immediately when he came down the hall because I said, wow, our kid is so cute. Oh, also, this is the point in the video where you're going to start seeing little like tidbits from my home that I really appreciate and find super beautiful. I brought one of these nut butters on our walk, by the way, because I love these things. And then after our walk, I made my way up to the office with a little bit of iced tea to do my Moodoo Systems exercises. So I mentioned this a few videos ago. Moodoo Systems is a program that I'm doing to help with like postpartum diastasis recti, I think that's how you say it, type stuff. Basically just to re-strengthen my pelvic floor as well as my abs, my core. So these exercises are super simple, which I really like. I have such a tendency to get injured doing like everything, it seems. And so doing exercises like this that are slow and focused and very intentional on my core and my pelvic floor just feels like really right for my body. I'm a really big advocate, at this point at least for myself, I don't know, of like staying active but being very gentle. I'm someone who's always come off as like, no, I can totally be an athlete and go hardcore, but it seems like when I do that, things don't go well. So at this point in my life, I'm really embracing this like slow, focused, steady, gentle exercise regimen. So yeah. So then there's this one exercise my chiropractor had wanted me to start doing up against the wall. It's one of those like micro movements that's like super easy but super hard. And I basically just like lean forward on one leg with my leg straight. I bend my other leg towards my butt and I have to keep my kneecap pulled up. I'm more on the ball of my foot, so my calves are burning. It's a whole ordeal. So I did that for 2 minutes per leg. And then I just continued to show you more stuff that makes me happy around my home. After I did my exercises, Logan was still looking extra cute. So on this day, we decided to make the best meal ever. I pulled out these Alexia sweet potato fries to throw in the oven, as well as these tortillas, which are amazing, basically for veggie brisket quesadillas. So I chopped up all of these veggies. Those are pepperoncinis, by the way, like I mentioned earlier. And I did all of this while I was pumping. By the way, I get a lot of questions about this knife set. We purchased it at Costco a few months ago, and we love it. So I started off by making the quesadillas by throwing the bell peppers into a pan and a rogue onion, apparently. I threw in a little bit of pepper and salt, and while that was cooking, I decided to pull out my Thieves fruit and veggie wash, and I soaked some grapes in the bowl just to clean them off. So then, as you guys know, with all of our freezer cooking, one of the things that Dan had done was made a huge batch of brisket, and then we froze the brisket into little like single serving size bags. So once all of my veggies had like pretty much cooked up, I threw in the meat and cooked that up with the veggies, and it cooks up super fast because it was all crumbly and small. So after that, I didn't get footage of this, but I basically laid down a tortilla with cheese as well as all of these toppings. I covered the pan to help the cheese melt and then threw the tortilla on top. I mean, it's a quesadilla, it's pretty self-explanatory, but let me tell you, this meal was amazing. And we had brisket quesadillas like 3 times last week because it's so good. So on that note, that is all, guys. If you're still hearing my voice, check out my info box because I am doing a giveaway within this video as well. If you're new to my channel and you made it this far, that's something I pretty much do every single video, is a giveaway full of random like goodies, just as a way to say thank you to you guys for all of your support. I appreciate it so much. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I'll hopefully be back here soon with more new videos. When I injure myself, or my injuries get exasperated, that tends to be when I go a little MIA. So I've just been like babying my neck all week, but I know I'm on the upswing. That's the reason I'm even doing these voiceovers right now. I'm feeling better. So yeah, like I said, I will hopefully see you guys back here soon with another new video. I'm sending you all a giant hug through the internet. And okay, that's officially all. I'm going to stop talking now. All right. Bye, guys.